Welcome back to round 2 of the Supersized Supercars at Elevation Trail. I'm your host, 905.
And I'm your host, Indy Rain.
Last week saw 9 of the top drivers take to the course.
And they most certainly did not disappoint.
Blake's GTO definitely showed that his bite is as big as his bark. But tonight, 3 of the top drivers from round 1 make their push for a seat in the top 9.
Ooh, I can't wait to see my boy Willie take to the trail.
Yeah, you think he's got a good shot?
You don't put up 33 points in the first round and not have a good shot at going deep in this tournament.
Well, your boy's up right now, so let's go to the next group and see who's racing alongside him.
Coming into the second round, Willie Makeit had 33 points, topping the list. Tonight, he goes up against Mr. Dark in his Bugatti and Cinder Foley in her 1973 Corvette. This should be an interesting group because there's a 13-point gap between Willie and Cinder.
So let's go to the top for race 1. Holy smokes, Cinder just set this hill on fire. The gate drops and it's Mr. Dark who's got the early lead, but he actually gets tagged by Willie Makeit, which puts him into the guardrail. Cinder just hit the 1973 NOS that she's got in the trunk there and is absolutely gone. Dark gets swallowed up by the gap in the course, and that's it. Cinder cruises across for 11 points. That was amazing. That can truly be appreciated at full speed.
Dark, please don't open up any black holes in the middle of the course. We need this for another race.
Mistakes on this course will cost you. Cinder takes race 1 with her 11.
And again, Willie seems to have a bone to pick with Dark. Dark looks like to have the faster car, and Willie does not appreciate that. Willie looks to do anything he can to take Dark out on the guardrail, but Dark's able to survive the pestering until he gets to the jump. Willie then sets his sight on Cinder as they come across the jump, and he actually almost makes the pass at the finish line. It's a drag race from the end of the jump, and Cinder just squeaks Willie out. Man, that was close. Freezing this shot, you can see just how close that actually was. That is a photo finish if I've ever seen one. Cinder Foley just took 2 from Willie. Willie's only finished 1 lap. Cinder's actually taken 22 points so far. This is a push that is absolutely going to cause ripples in the third round.
Randy, get Dark flipped over ASAP and get him up to the top. I don't want him spending any more time with Willie. Willie, do you know what kind of hornet's nest you're just poking by playing with Dark like that?
Cinder Foley is making her push in a big way, especially with leader Willie Makeit.
You can see how well suited Cinder Foley's car is to this course, as Dark tries desperately to get over to Willie to take a little bit of revenge, and Cinder unfortunately is in the way, but Cinder pushes back, and that actually takes both her and Dark out just at the jump. Willie, on the other hand, puts his foot through the floor and crosses the line for 11 points that was desperately needed from his standpoint. Cinder and Dark do a synchro 180 while Willie just laughs across the line there.
Willie's able to recover from a rough start, but it's Cinder Foley who takes the group with 27 points.
The benefit of being in the second set of 9 drivers is that you know what your score is. You know what you need to advance into the next round. And that's what Cinder did. However, will her 47 points, which puts her in 7th place, be enough to make the next round? We do start losing drivers as we say goodbye to Mick Miles, Mr. Dark, and Lisa RM. And as Indy tries to ensure that we don't get a black hole created by Mr. Dark, we go on to the next group.
Geez, if you thought that first group was good, look who we got coming up next. Coming in the top spot is Grey Wizard with his Callaway C7R. He's going to be going up against James Ironbeard in his Porsche Safari and Terrence Jr., the king of the mountain, in his Porsche 959.
Two red Porsches and a tow truck go to race each other. I don't have a punchline.
You're
Up
an
to the
idiot.
top for race 1. It's a nice, even, clean start to race 1 for these three drivers. Ironbeard and Terrence are virtually neck to neck until Ironbeard decides he's going to test out those wheel guards on that 959. The little Porsche Safari bullies Terrence until he's actually pegged into the guardrail, which ends his run. And you can see Wizard dancing around trying to get his Callaway under control. I guess the weight on the back of that thing is starting to play a little bit of havoc with the suspension. At full speed, you can see how fast these guys are coming down this hill, and I honestly think that's the furthest I've seen the hockey net go.
Wizard, I'm gonna need a second unit to come down and help you out. I'm not used to flipping over tow trucks.
Wizard and Ironbeard are across the line for big points. Terrence Jr. needs to step it up.
Oh my, did you see that? Terrence Jr. just pulled off the most perfect rubber toe I've seen yet. He bounces his 959 off of Grey Wizard, which bounces off of Ironbeard. That wrecks them, and then he absolutely front flips over the landing ramp. That was just phenomenal. There's only been a couple of other times that I've seen something that amazing. That was an epic recovery, and he gets it across the line for 11 points. That is full speed worthy. Unbelievable.
Okay, Wizard, when I say go, go. Okay, go. No.
Now that is what I call picking it up. Terrence Jr. with the highlight of the night puts him in the lead.
And talk about disappointment in race number 3. The two Porsches battle again coming down the top half of the course, and it's James Ironbeard that runs Terrence Jr. into Grey Wizard just before the jump. That little redirection by James Ironbeard sends everybody into the rocks, and that ends race 3.
I don't know whether koalas can curse people, but Grey Wizard, I think you're cursed by that koala.
These guys battled hard, but will their final scores be enough to make the next round?
Grey Wizard was our number 2 seed coming into the second round. Junior squeaked in on the Northern runoff. One needed the points, while the other could afford the fumble. And as we add the scores together, it looks like Grey Wizard and James Ironbeard make the top 9, while Terrence Jr. just falls short. However, with 3 drivers left, I wouldn't get too comfortable if I was James Ironbeard. Grey Wizard, on the other hand, is guaranteed a place in the third round. And as he settles in, let's see who's going to join him.
The number 3 seed tonight is the Audi Avis or Grumpy Cloud. He'll be going up against Disaster Jack's Aston Martin and Neckel Racing's Volkswagen Synchro.
I feel like we should be playing some Bruce Springsteen for this.
Are you referring to the fact that the car is called The Boss and it's sponsored by Boss Coffee?
Too literal?
Yeah.
And considering music rights. You know what, let's just go to race 1. Oh, and look out, the boss is coming. Grumpy Cloud just laid the smackdown on Disaster Jack. Unfortunately, takes out Synchro in the process. How Grumpy Cloud got away with that and didn't have to deal with HR is beyond me. He literally just assassinated Hunter right before the jump and still got his rig across the line for 11 points.
Jack, I don't understand the reference to the deer. Why is it always hanging around your car?
Grumpy Cloud just told these guys they got to work overtime this weekend. He puts up 11 points.
And Nickel Racing just told the boss, no, I'm not coming in this weekend. He puts a nice little pit maneuver on Grumpy Cloud just before the jump, but unfortunately he sacrifices himself so that Jack gets a free run at the rest of the course. Jack nearly throws it away though, but he's able to get his rig pointed at least backwards so that he can get it across the line for 11 points. Teamwork might make the dream work, but it's full speed that allows you to appreciate the subtleties.
It's now or never for points as we get geared up for race number 3.
Holy smokes, what a way to finish. Jack seems to have found himself another gear because he gets out faster than the other two drivers. However, they all get to the jump and bunch up. That allows the boss to get ahead, but unfortunately he actually pings it off of the guardrail. He gets an assist from Neckel, who just powers on through and takes the lap with 11 points. However, Jack and the boss also make it across the line for 10 points apiece. Full speed shows you just how crazy that last lap was. The finish line camera will also show you how close it was and how well matched these drivers were. The outcome of this lap may have just determined somebody's fate.
That last lap may have just proven crucial to somebody's round 3 aspirations.
I am still buzzing from that last lap.
Totally, those drivers just left it all out on the slope.
That's what you got to do around here if you want to make the next round.
I'm anxious to see how the scores panned out.
Well, as we throw them up on the big board, Grumpy Cloud and Disaster Jack have done it. They've made it to the next round. Unfortunately, that means Cinder Foley loses out by 1 point, and Bay City Daryl makes it in by the skin of his teeth. And as Grumpy Cloud and Disaster Jack join those who are moving on, we'll throw it up to Indy Rain so she can congratulate the top 9.
It's been a battle to get to this point, but congratulations to those moving on to the next round. That includes Puff from Puff's Racing, Papa Pugsley from Manchild Motorsports, Ross Sungod from Ross Sungod Racing, Grumpy Cloud from Grumpy Cloud Racing, Disaster Jack from Disaster Diecast, Bay City Daryl from Bay City Diecast, The Gray Wizard from Blue Ribbon Diecast, my boy Willie from Willie Make It Diecast, and Blake from Underdogs Unleashed.
U9 will battle it out next week for only 3 spots for our 6th lap grand final. Oh man, it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
Yeah, these drivers have really proven that their rigs are some of the best that we've seen on the course.
You still like your boy Willie's chance?
He may have slipped up a little bit tonight, but he's still up there. He's still got enough points.
At this point though, do you have a top 3?
I have absolutely no idea. I can't choose. There's so many good cars, so many good drivers doing so well. There's no way I could choose a top 3.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of points between all the top 9 drivers, so it's anybody's game.
Yeah, nobody's really broken away from the pack like we've seen in tournaments in the past, but that's a good thing. That's it for tonight from the Supersized Supercars at Elevation Trail. I've been your host, Indy Rain.
And I'm 905.
If you've enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Okay, Mr. Dark, I know you got a little bit of a raw deal on that last race, but Gnarly, you can back me up here. Please don't open up a black hole.